Hey guys, Ducky here, and today we're going to be doing yet another knife review. Let's adjust this a little bit more. Anyways, so today's video is going to be on this, the CRKT Ignitor. Specifically, this is the tactical version. It's not called that, but I'm calling it that. Black blade, black handle, VEF serrations. We'll talk about those in a little bit. 8CR13 MOV as the blade steel. About a 3.5-inch blade. G10 handle scales. Loop over deep carry pocket clip, and it rides deep. We are looking at a spring assist knife. It does use the torsion bar to hold it closed. So this isn't going to be the best knife to de-assist. Let's look at your blade stock. Fairly thin and slicey knife, but you can lock into this thing even though it doesn't have any jimping, which is actually kind of nice. If this was the plain edge version, alright, we'll talk about the serrations right now. I am not a serrations fan. I may have mentioned that in a prior video, but I'm definitely going to mention it now. I don't like serrations. The only reason why I bought this knife is because it was on clearance for $22 at Tractor Supply. Now, Tractor Supply wanted almost $70 for this knife. But upon further research on websites like eBay, this is about a $30 to $35 knife. Now at that price point, it genuinely makes sense. And at the $22 I paid, it is genuinely a fantastic knife. This is a budget knife through and through, and I would almost stretch it into the budget beater category, but I genuinely feel that the blade stock is a little bit too thin for any true hard use. But then again, your mileage, it's all going to depend on what you use your knife for, and it's less than $50. These knives are basically going to be considered disposable for the vast majority of people. If you snap the blade off, oh no, boo-hoo, I'll go get another rando $30 knife. So, let's do some quick size comparisons. I don't feel like breaking out the Swiss Army knife, so we're not going to bother with that today. There's the Ozark Grail, comparable in size, and then our typical K-bar dozer. Okay. There's your comparison there. And for giggles, let's get a little closer. There you go. A little bit better size comparison. And now some competitive options. Alright, let's see. What sounds interesting? Well, from another well-known brand, Bird. Well, technically this is a Spyderco, but this is the Meadowlark 2. Basically the same, generally going to be the same price. And this will be a fun one. Also available at Tractor Supply right now. We'll flip it over. The Smith & Wesson Border Guard. This is an even cheaper knife, coming in at about $25. Honestly, not terrible, but kind of a similar aesthetic going on. Get those out of the way. But aside from the fact that I don't really care for the serrations, from the amount I have carried this, it has performed very well. Like I said, it's a very thin, very slicey knife. It lends to this motion quite well. It likes this grip. The flipper tab can be a bit of a hot spot if you're kind of trying to choke up, but if you keep back a little bit, you're okay. It is a bit of a tiny flipper tab, so you really have to be like right on it, but since it's assisted, it's going to basically pop out every time. So personally, I would only give this one, say, like a 3, maybe a 2.5, but generally speaking, this is easily a 3.5, maybe a 4. I just feel that the blade stock is a little bit thin for kind of the vibe that this specific iteration of the knife is trying to give off. The regular Ignitor, this probably works fine, but if you're trying to do a tactical knife, give us a tactical build. T6 construction, T8 for the pivot, pretty run-of-the-mill stuff. Are we skeletonized? No. So, a little bit of laziness on that. As our centering. Oh my goodness. It's okay. So, all in all, pretty decent knife for the money, but personally, be it this version or the standard version, there are other models you could look at. But if you're into assisted knives, check it out. It's not that expensive. Worst case scenario, give it to somebody. Thanks for watching.